Hola amigos, ¿cómo estás? I'm Diamond86 and welcome to episode 17, which was going to be my finale of my FIFA22 Chivas career mode series on my channel. We're just going to start this episode by putting all of the players that I want to sell up for sale so that we can start provoking clubs to obviously start offering them. So yeah, obviously we're going to go. I noticed that some of my players don't have will have contracts running out, so I'm just going to go through the whole squad. Obviously Vega there's going to go to Newcastle. Ochoa is still on loan. But yeah, players like Hernandez, I'm going to renew their contracts, just so that, well, one, I want to keep them, and two, obviously we want clubs to buy them, we don't want them going for free, so yeah, while I'm just going through this, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been watching this series so far. Obviously, it's my first FIFA content that I've ever created, so it was a bit sketchy at the beginning. I think I've got into a bit of a rhythm of it now. Conveniently enough, when I'm finishing, what I'm going to decide to do is just keep it. I'm obviously going to keep it, and then might come back to it at a later date. It's just I want to start doing more different career mode videos. Mainly an Arsenal one. I think the Arsenal one's going to be the next one. So I just thought, I'll leave this at the summer transfer window, just at a good spot where we can either be finished or I can come back to it at a later date. Just mainly because, I want to change things up a little bit, and I don't want to have more than one career mode just going at the same time. It's a bit of a hassle trying to do one, let alone two or three. So yeah, I just want to get this one done so that I can just put this on the shelf for a bit and then focus on other stuff. Hope you guys don't mind. Again, if you really want me to keep going, just let me know in the comments, and obviously I'll rethink it. But I think at the moment my idea is probably the best one. So yeah, we're just going through the whole squad, making sure that everyone's got up-to-date contracts and all that stuff, so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. And obviously we'll get clubs trying to buy our players, hopefully. So we're going to start off with a not that great budget. I mean, decent enough for Liga MX, I suppose. 70 million, 80 grand in the wage. Got a decent transfer list here. Obviously at the very end of the episode I'll go through all of these and show you where all the players are located at the moment, in my save anyway, like around here being at Newcastle. Newcastle went kind of really Mexican this year in this save. They got a lot of Mexican players at Newcastle, so that's pretty sweet. There's a couple of people going on loan. Vega goes to Newcastle, like I just said. A record deal, I think it was about 50 million if I remember rightly. So, and Beltran's going to Rangers. Just a couple of messages here. Again, with all the player sales now, we've got 70 odd million now, which is more than enough to buy pretty much any player we wanted to. Mallorca went in for Aguirre and Freiburg went for Mozo. I did go and check, and they're both in their first division in Spain and Bundesliga. So I was more than happy to sell these guys to these players. So I want to sell them to first division teams. I'm just going to negotiate with Aguirre here, because I think 30 million is a little bit too little. I want to try and get about 40 million for him. 79 rated left back's pretty good. They came back with 35, but I went about 35.5 instead. I just wanted the last laugh, I don't know why. And then Mozo obviously was 29. I figured I'll just accept that straight off. Actually no, I didn't. I actually went back in. I thought I accepted it for some reason. I played this a few days ago, so my memory is quite not as good as it should be. But yeah, we're going to set 30.5 million, so pretty sick really, to be honest. We sell both players and we get about 60 million dollars in, so that's pretty sweet. As you guys know, we are in the preseason tournament, and you guys always know that I quick sim them. I don't play any of them, there's no point, it's almost time. I get a decent 3-2 win against Red Bulls, which is awesome. Obviously, don't really need the money, it's just why not if you got the squad. Sheffield Wednesday want Escobar on loan, I believe. So yeah, he can go on a 2-year loan, providing they accept that. I'm pretty alright with that. He's probably not going to start for me for a long time. He might as well go over there and learn and get a bit of decent rating. 2-1 victory against Porteño. I've never heard of them before, but decent win. Obviously, I don't really pay attention to the preseason tournament too much. Aguirre's gone to Mallorca, I think it was, so that's good. This should be Mozo. Yeah, Mozo. That's pretty sweet. So that's our starting wing backs gone now. So even more money in the transfer budget now, which is awesome. Araujo again obviously steps in. He's 77 rated, which is awesome. And Calderon in the left back position. We're just going to make our first signing, which is Christian Alvarez. Mainly because he, as you see, plays right back and left back, so I figured he can be a decent cover for both. Even though we're not quite sure what his rating is. I don't really mind, you know, I'm not really too fussed about what I'm paying for him. We're gonna, if they want a release clause, I never really do release clauses, like you know. Obviously, just trying to offer him a decent wage. I think 25,000 is pretty decent enough. And yeah, he does accept it. So he's our first signing of this summer. The other Victor Guzman, we're going to sign him as well. Obviously, he's going to be. We're trying to get rid of Sepulveda, so yeah, Guzman's going to come in as backup for him, or replacement for him, should I say. 21 years of age, 70 rated. I think he's going to grow into a very, very decent centre back. So this is one for the future as well. If I ever come back to this save, I think I'll be quite happy to play with him as a centre back. So yeah, then we're going to go and continue to raid Chivas and get Laronya. Again, he's a right back, so I think I'm going to use Alvarez as the left back and get Laronya in as a right back, because I'm trying to sell Araujo as well. I think it's about time. At 77 rated, I think it's time Araujo went to Europe or abroad. So we're just going to negotiate Laronya's contract here and hopefully he accepts it. So yeah, we're going to give him crucial because obviously he's 75 rated. That's pretty much what he's going to expect. 3 years as well. I figured, in 3 years he's probably going to be going to Europe or something. So I'm just going to go for him 30k. I think that's a decent amount of wage. See, we've got the money for it. The next player is up. This is Marcel Ruiz from Chivas again. I want to try and sell Guzman and Poncho if we can get a decent team in for him. So yeah, he's going to be replacing them basically. Obviously Beltran's gone as well, so midfield's pretty much going to need a revamping, and this guy's going to be the first in that. I was considering keeping Chofis. Obviously he could be my backup cam, but they didn't want Chofis, so I was like, okay, we'll just use the money. 15 million for Ruiz is a steal. I mean, 75 rated at 22 years old. 15 million is an absolute steal. He's worth double that if I'm being brutally honest. Yeah, he's going to be important because he is going to be playing. I think, like I said, my midfield needs revamping. So he was on 20, so I thought, okay, just give him 30 just to be safe, and he accepts that. So we got a whole bunch of new players here, guys. We're just going to go ahead and put all the new players into the squad. Obviously Alvarez is going to go into left back. Laronya's going to go into the bench because obviously we haven't sold. Araujo's still in the team and we haven't sold him yet. If we are going to sell him, we haven't done it yet. And then that's pretty much it, guys. It's a pretty decent bench right now. Salcedo is obviously my backup defender because we've still got Vasquez. Vasquez is on his way out, hopefully, along with Sepulveda. So yes, pretty much just selling as many players as we can and replacing them with decent young talent in Liga MX. I'm not going to buy anyone abroad. And there's Sheffield Wednesday. He's accepted the deal for Escobar, so he's going to go there for 2 years. Brighton have asked for Guzman. I did check to see if they were in the Premier League, and they're not. But I figured, he's 28 now, he's 88, he's not going to get any higher, I don't think. So this is his last chance, so he could help Brighton get back into the Premier League. So I was like, okay, and obviously I've got 45 million for him as well, which is absolutely astounding. So I was really happy with that. He gets to go to England. The Championship is a decent league as well, so hopefully he can help them get back into the Premier League. And he gets his European dream, and we get a hell of a lot of money for him. So hopefully, if we do sell him, obviously we've got a couple more players, a couple more clubs in for him as well. I'm not offering as much money though, but I still accept, or I'll still go through the process of selling him, obviously with the club, and hopefully one of them does accept. I would rather him go to Brighton because obviously I'll get a little bit more money, but also I have a biasness towards England, so as many Mexicans in either the Premier League or the Championship is good for me. So we're just going to go ahead and negotiate with these guys as well. Hopefully one of them picks him up. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Escobar's obviously going out on loan. And then I was like, what the hell? And then obviously we found out that Brighton did win the race for Guzman, so he's obviously going to go to England. And then we got a crap ton of money, guys. I'm not going to lie. I could pretty much buy anyone, really, but a lot of the European players just don't want to relocate, so yeah, it sucks. We can't, even if we wanted to clear out all the Mexican players in Europe, we couldn't even do it anyway because they refused to go back to Mexico. So if only that happened in real life, eh? We do have a lot of money though, which is great. These are some of the players that I have on my shortlist. Sepulveda and Acevedo have offers for them. I did check to see if either of those teams are in the first divisions. Stade Rennais is in Ligue 1, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm more than happy to let Sepulveda go to them. They wanted 19. They offered 19 million. I thought, okay, well, about 28. They go 24, so I was like, okay, no worries. At this point, I'm not really fussed about money, to be honest with you. I just want, for their honour's sake, I want them to, have to pay a lot. For the players' honour, should I say. So we're just going to swap them out a little bit, just change the team a little bit. Ready for our first league game against Santos. We ended up losing that 3-0. I really don't know how. I mean, sim games are always a bit dodgy anyway, but I mean, my team's still extremely high rated. Davila, who was on a 5 or 6 month injury, is still 75 rated. I think he's like 34 in this game right now. So yeah, obviously he's still just coming back from injury, so he's a bit sensitive at the moment. Then we have Sepulveda being sold. The Ramirez wants to be on loan to West Brom. That was fine with me. I wanted to go for 2 years, but I ended up clicking short by mistake. But it is what it is, really. It doesn't really matter. He can go back out on loan when he comes back. New Zealand want me to manage him. I was like, yeah, thank you. I respect New Zealand because obviously my sister-in-law's from there. But I'm alright, thank you. Still holding out for the Mexico job. I'm going to fire the scout because he's been absolute trash for us. I'm going to get a new 5-star. Joaquin Abeledo, I think his name is. Abeledo. Hopefully he's a little bit more decent for me. Doesn't really matter. I might get one scout report back before this video is done. So we'll have to wait and see how good he is. We're going to the Classico Tapatio here, guys, and obviously we need to win badly, and we do. We get a 3-0 victory, which is awesome. Ruiz, I think, gets his debut goal, which is awesome. Obviously he's in the starting lineup because obviously you have to. Davila gets his development plan. He's gone up to a 76, which is awesome. Like I said, he was quite injured for quite a lot of time, and for him to come back and then get grow still at over 30 years of age. This is funny as well. Napoli have come in for Lozano. He's actually at Spurs, which is disgusting. He's actually going to go back to Napoli, which is quite hilarious. We're going to go ahead and get Cesar Montes because of one, he's still in Liga MX, and two, we got rid of Sepulveda, so we kind of need a replacement starting centre back. And this guy's it. Obviously, he's not going to be at the club for very long. I reckon after a year, he'll probably be 79, maybe even 80 rated. So hopefully he'll get his European move. Carlos Rodriguez as well. Obviously, like I said, my midfield is a bit threadbare at the moment. We sold Guzman and Beltran, so they were my starting centre backs. Centre mids. So I felt good enough to buy Carlos. And also the fact that he's still in Liga MX. Liga MX is the only place I'm going to be buying my players from. So unless they're super old and retiring or something. So I'm just changing things around a little bit, guys, and hopefully we have a decent team again, because obviously we've shaken things up a little bit, quite a lot actually so far. So let me know in the comments if you want me to clarify who goes where, because it is a bit of a whirlwind video, this one. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. Menendez gets a loan offer for Philadelphia. I'm alright. As long as it's a loan, I don't mind my players being loaned in MLS, but I'm not selling to MLS at all. West Brom Ramirez, which is awesome with me. Talking about Monterrey, we just signed 2 of their players, and we're just going to play against them and get a 0-0 draw, which is, I think is a bit crap, to be honest. I think we should have beaten them quite comfortably, but it is what it is. Use rapport. Sierra's doing alright. Hopefully we can boost his rating up a bit though. So guys, we're getting an offer for Acevedo from Valladolid. I thought, you know what, I wasn't actually sure if they're still in La Liga or not. But I thought, you know what, he's 27 now, he deserves his European move, and if it's a club in Spain, then and it's the second division, so be it. I'm pretty sure they're still in the Liga though, but I'm more than happy to sell him to them. I wanted a decent bit of money though, I didn't want to sell him for cheap, and 31.5 I think is a decent amount for an 80 rated goalkeeper, especially for Mexico. I think he makes him the most expensive Mexican goalkeeper, although I did sell Godinho to Leicester, and I think that was about 35 million, so maybe Godinho has that record. Godinho I think still like 77 rated, which is awesome because he's still playing at Leicester. So yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and negotiate. Hopefully he's either going to go to Valladolid or Rangers anyway. So we've got another game here against Tigres, and we lose that 2-1. I'm not quite sure how. Again, my squad's super high rated. I'm not quite sure how we're still losing sim games, but it's frustrating, but it is what it is. Acevedo has actually gone to Rangers, which is pretty sweet. He gets to join Beltran up there. Fenerbahce wanted to sign Poncho Gonzalez, and I thought about it, to be honest with you guys, because obviously he's 28, 75 rate is good enough to go there. I really did think about it, but I'm really adverse to selling players to Turkey. I'm just not quite sure why. So even after all our signings that we've made, we've still got like 79 million, which is pretty sweet. A game against Mazatlan here, which we won in real life 3-0 the other day, which is absolutely amazing. We win this one as well, 1-0, which is awesome. So we are getting more wins than losses, I have to say. There's some more scouts reports here. Mario's coming for Pizarro, but I'm not interested in selling him. I think he's going to stay. I'm going to keep him. He's going to be one of the ones that I want to keep until he's retired. Talking of retired, I don't know whether you noticed, but my boy De Villa is retiring in this save after this season. I think it's going to be one more calendar year and he's going to retire, which kind of sucks. He's only like 33 or so, and he's 76 rated as well, so way high enough to basically still play in Liga MX and do really well. Valladolid have come in for Antuna, obviously having failed to sign Acevedo. I was okay with him going there. I wasn't really bothered about getting a couple more million out of them. Here we are with the first scout report from the new scout. Pretty average return, to be honest with you. Nothing really much is happening. Bit disappointing, really. Normally in the first one there is Corona has been approached. there by a Spanish team, I believe it was. So yeah, Vasquez for West Ham, or West Ham for Vasquez. I was really up for this actually. I think I think this should happen in real life. I think Vasquez would thrive at West Ham, to be honest with you. But he's high. He's 77 rated. He's 24 years old. I mean, the Premier League probably can go up to an 85 maybe if he does well enough there. I asked for 40 million. I thought that was a bit cheeky. So I thought, okay, what about 35? I think 35 is a decent in the middle of the thing, and they accept it. So 35 million for Vasquez, which I think is quite a good deal for me. 2-2 draw against Juarez here in the next game. Quite a lot of games in the first month or so, I've got to say. I think we played about 5 or 6 games now already, which is crazy. Altuna and Vasquez have been sold. Now we've got to get a new centre back because obviously Vasquez is left. I thought about bringing Araujo back. He's 32 years old. He's going to retire soon. So I thought, you know what, let's have him retire at Chivas in Mexico. I did offer them Santiago Munoz because obviously he's there in real life, but they didn't want him. I was a bit annoyed about that. I kind of wanted to replace a Mexican with a Mexican so that they would still have the same amount of Mexicans in their team, but they weren't having it. So I was like, okay, whatever, just sign the player by himself. So let's go and arrange the contract, guys. Yes, so that's Araujo in. We're just going to get this new player in. Obviously, it's another Angulo. Hayes. I think they're both Jesus Angulo. So the other one obviously was really good for us. So this one hopefully will be too. This one's a bit more for the future. He's only 71 rated at the moment. So I thought, you know what, I'll get a backup centre back. Sorry. And also robbing Atlas of a decent centre back in the same deal. So I thought, you know what, Atlas have got a couple of decent players in their team. I thought, I'll snap them up really. So let's just try and arrange their contracts. So Santiago Nevada from America is a player that I've actually used quite a lot. I have actually got him to about 80 rated before, so I think, you know what, he's still at Club America, 75 rated. Again, another centre mid. Starting to get a little bit more stacked in centre mid now. Obviously, we've got Ruiz in, we've got Carlos Rodriguez in as well, and we get in Nevada as well. Mainly because I wanted at least one of them on the bench. I think Ruiz will probably be the one that goes on the bench. I'm not quite sure. But I like to have 2 midfielders on the team and then one in the bench. Obviously, we're going to go into the deadline day now. I'm not expecting too much stuff to happen. Sales wise, I don't think too many players are going to be sold now, which is understandable. Araujo gets interested from Levante. It's a bit of a dodgy one because obviously they're not in the La Liga, so I was like, I want him to go to a first division club, especially in Europe's top 5. We need as many Mexicans in the top 5 as possible, so I declined that one, and not much was really happening with this one, guys. Dembele's gone to Chelsea, which is interesting. Upamecano's gone to Atletico Madrid, sorry. That's funny. Not really much is happening at the moment, guys. Bit of a boring deadline day, to be honest with you. I wasn't really interested in signing any more players. I wanted to have a lot of money just in case the January transfer window, if we kick back on into this season or in this series. Another youth squad report, nothing much changed. Araujo gets an offer from Newcastle. I was accepting that straight off the bat. I wasn't going to negotiate with that. I want him to go to Newcastle. And then Mines want Gonzalez. And I was actually okay with this. Mines, I don't even know whether they're in Bundesliga. I think they are. But even if they weren't, I was like, okay, he's 28. He's not going to get any high rated. He deserves a European spot. He's been a good servant for us. So we're going to go ahead and get Lyra in as a replacement. A lot of centre mids bought in this transfer window. we sold all of them, all the ones we had. So we kind of needed it because I like to have in this series anyway. I like to have two lots of 2 centre mids, so that one can get injured for a long time and we still have a lot of replacements. Poncho's obviously gone to Mines now, which is awesome. Araujo's also gone to Newcastle, but he's actually not going to go until the January transfer window. So we get to keep him for half a year more. Hopefully we can win another league with him. And 60 million, 160k in the bank is pretty sweet. So let's just check out all our stats. So yeah, pretty sweet. 61 wins, 21 losses, 27 losses and 21 draws. That's pretty sweet actually. 217 goals for and 133 against. Again, a lot of goals in 112 games. Pretty sweet. A lot of goals. A lot of goals for and a lot of goals against. I don't think I've got that many clean sheets, to be honest with you. So we're just going to go to the first year, the 2021-22 season. So we bought Cheech in and got sold Godinho to Leicester. I think we only had Godinho for like the Apertura. The Clausura for that year. And then we also got Acevedo in and sold Macias to Monaco for 45 million. That's pretty sweet. Finished 4th, but we won the league that year, so that's pretty sweet. And then, it's pretty sweet. I mean, I'm quite happy with those stats, to be honest with you. Pretty awesome. And yeah, look, who could forget? We bought Rodriguez for 59 million, which is absolutely astounding. And we sold Vega for a record $65 million. He's now the most expensive Mexican football player ever. In this series anyway. Pretty awesome and deserves it. We sold him to Newcastle, who obviously can afford it. And pretty decent stats right here. We should go through the team, see how much they've grown. Malagon's obviously not played that much for us, but he's already gone up overall. Herrera is obviously going on loan, same with Gerardo. Ochoa's been on loan pretty much the whole time we've been here, but he's gone up to 73, which is pretty awesome. Calderon, Mir, Angulo, all doing well. Guzman as well. Salcedo going up by 1, which is awesome. Montez as well. Nestor Araujo, I can't believe we have him. And Newcastle really are the Mexican team in Europe right now, obviously with Araujo going there. Poncho is obviously staying with us until he goes to Mines. Really happy with our midfield. Nevada, Rodriguez, Ruiz. De Villa's actually been retiring, and like I said, he's at 32, so he'll be 33 when he retires. I think he's going to play a lot longer in real life. I think he's going to be playing in Australia for a long time. So yeah, but it's quite fun. It's quite fitting, I think, that De Villa retires when we finish this season. So this series, sorry. Fulgencio didn't really do much for me. Brazuela's retiring as well, but he's actually going down in ratings, unfortunately. Munoz, absolutely amazing. 75 rated at 21 years old. It's amazing. 35-year-old Javier Hernandez is not retiring yet, which is awesome. And yeah, White is out on loan, so that's pretty sweet. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm just going to go through and show you where everyone is. Lioness is obviously at Praia, I don't know where that is. Cho is still at Club America, which is quite funny. Coronas as well. Yeah, pretty decent. Most of these players are in Europe or abroad somewhere. Club Bruges, Gavea, yeah. Well, I'm moving too fast, to be honest with you, but yeah, all these players are pretty sweet. Jimenez at Salzburg, that's pretty awesome. I'm just going to go and start scouting them because, I just want to see how highly rated these guys are now. It's so annoying once you've changed seasons. The scout reports disappear, which is annoying. De La Rosa as well, I might get him once Munoz goes, same with Eric Sanchez. And Alec Alvarez as well. Can't stop scouting people. Jonathan Dos Santos at Norwich is quite funny. Vela as well, by Leverkusen, I think it is. None of these players will still leave though, which is annoying. Eric Aguirre at Red Bull Salzburg as well, I think. Alvarado at Hertha Berlin. Yeah, pretty sweet. I mean, I thought about buying Angel Gomez, but I thought no. Jorge Sanchez Everton's quite funny as well. Figueroa at Dortmund's pretty sick. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's how the team looks as we finish. I really appreciate you guys watching this series. Thank you so much for it, and stick around for the new series because there's one coming out very soon. So take it easy, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.